Hello everyone, Martin here, back with another Legacy video. Back playing Doomsday, regular old sort of Turbo Doomsday. I've not played Doomsday much. I've been sort of exploring other Dark Ritual combo decks and stuff like that. Um, I'm currently a little bit undecided as to where I think Doomsday sort of falls currently in the meta. I think it's pretty obvious that basically any sort of spell-based combo deck is going to have a not that much of a good time versus like the blue-black shadow deck, and maybe slightly to a slightly lesser degree the blue-black scam. But those two decks or that sort of axis is very strong versus spell-based combo. We try to correct that by adding Veil of Summer here, and Carpet of Flowers, and that's good. It's not the be all and end all. It doesn't shift the power that much, I don't think. So the question is that sort of a reason enough to not want to play these decks that we're playing? And I don't know, because yeah, I'm just not sure. I think the Beanstock deck is probably pushing the blue black decks quite a bit, and I think Beanstalk is probably fine for us. I'm playing Shelldock and Emrakul here. I like having Emrakul versus Painter, and I like Emrakul Shelldock versus blue white control. And the Beanstalk control decks are playing like some number of wastelands, but don't think it's more than two, which is sort of my threshold in my head for like if a control deck has like one or two wastelands. I think Shelldock Isle can still be defended. But if not, then yeah, if they're playing more, then probably not. I like having days. Kind of wouldn't mind having the fourth days, but 3 days I think is good. I do like hate how relatively vulnerable we are to a resolved bowmasters. Like I feel like most of the time, if opponent resolves bowmasters, then we have to win the next time it's our turn. Um, I feel like typically if we're not sort of set up to win, and probably have to win same turn, although it's not necessarily a given. But anyways, yeah. Um, the Brazen Borrower was my 15th sideboard slot here. I consider it a subtlety to have a better shot versus initiative decks, but ultimately I think this also can do some work there and is just better all around. So yeah, with that said, let's jump into a league. Okay, on the play for round number one. Uh, hmm. I think I keep this, but I'm not thrilled. Like that's a lot of mana, so maybe that's sort of an irresponsible keep. I think this is just like borderline unkeepable, but yeah, let's go. Quickly send these two to the bottom. Probably draw a land. No, even better. Yikes. Okay. We need a brainstorm real bad to save us here, or for our opponent to be very kind and not like do much. At least we're not very vulnerable to discard here, unless it's like Cabal Therapy. Now, when your opponent plays uh, a non-basic and cast preordain and bottoms or cast ponder and shuffles, that's usually a pretty good sign that you're weak to. Oh, this is Painter. Yikes. Okay, they're probably getting the Painter, which means we have like until this pops. So I'd really love a Doomsday right now. No, that's not Doomsday. Okay. Welder, right, okay. Welder is good for them because that gives them the welding action but without costing mana. Peak. I think I go ahead and... So what happens next turn? They get to pop the grindstone. Or the saga and get the grindstone. And then if they have like they tap the Saga for mana, then they would just need like any mana source. Yeah. I'm gonna peek, and if they have a land, then I probably just lose. Okay, they do. All right, we're dead. I mean, I guess. Yeah, maybe that was premature because they don't have an artifact in play. So I guess we would have gotten one more turn. I think we would have drawn Street Wraith. Yeah, but yeah. All right, all right, all right. Well, we want the Emrakul, and I think we want Shuldred to just play on a more fair axis, and I think we want Dothies and the Void Walker. And don't think we want Veil of Summer. I mean, they can paint everything blue, and then Veil is good. But if they don't do that, if they paint it another color, then it's kind of sad times. I think I cut the personal tutors. I mean, we can keep the LED and consider in here to actually have. If we get to see their hand and know the coast is clear, then winning on the same turn is pretty good. But that does mean we need to cut something else here. I'm gonna cut the grief, and I think I cut a probably an Edge of Autumn. Okay, this is a better hand for sure. We're kind of missing a Dark Ritual here, and then the question becomes: if we have Dark Ritual, do we then go for the Sheoldred or the Doomsday? They aren't really a deck that draws cards. But Sheoldred is just like so good anyways. Like even if you're not shutting off cantrips, you're still like making them like just dead really quickly. Okay, they mulligan to 6. Alright, I'm gonna lead on the Underground Sea again. Daze is a liability versus the Spirit Guide deck. So we could have maybe shaved a Daze over the Edge of Autumn, but I just also didn't want to. Oh, this painter. Okay, sure. I really hope they blast my Underground Sea so I get to daze it. Okay. There's a lot of lands. So I think I'm just getting Underground Sea here. And casting Ponder. I'll take the Force of Will. Can pitch a Verdant Catacombs. Alright. So I think I'm actually gonna cast Doomsday here. And if they blasted, I probably just let blast happen. And if they don't, then I'll build a pile with Emrakul and Thassa and Cavern and a land to fetch. Looks like they're kind of choked on lands here. Hopefully we can exploit that. If they have Monkey Blast, then I'll force. Okay, looks like actually, hang on. Oh, I clicked through it. I think I was supposed to cast Love's Petal there, just to have the option to brainstorm. Oh, not attacking now, huh? Sure. So, well, there's another Doomsday. So why don't we cast that? Oh, oh shoot! Oh, thank God it untapped. I thought I just tapped everything. All right, so hopefully we won't need to show them this Emrakul, so it won't be on their radar. And what else are we hiding here? Dothy Voidwalkers. Maybe that's too cute. But like maybe I take another Force of Will and just that should mean that we're good here. Yeah. I mean, it's also very much potentially true that we should have just not cast Doomsday. And just kept at it. Okay, so we're putting back like Thassa and Cavern. And gain some delicious life. And now I can't play out the pedal because I need to have something to pitch. Another painter, sure. Also names Blue. Unfortunately, we can't play Thassa here, just because our underground seas are blue. They have no mana symbols, so. Okay. So they ostensibly traded like the painter for 2 life because it cost them 2 to cast with Ancient Tomb. And so let's just all right, I'm gonna attack here. I was thinking maybe I don't attack because now they're gonna block, and my Lotus Petal isn't going to be blue anymore. So that leaves me with only 1 force. They would still need double Monkey Blast for this to work for them. So I'm just gonna go for the dubs here. Okay. So we successfully avoided showing them the Emrakul. I'm happy about that. And maybe we want something. Maybe we want the Boseiju over a Daze. How about that? Yeah, I think that's probably good. Okay, I think I keep this, but it's a little bit soft. It's a if we find another land, then it's a turn 3 Sheoldred, which now they're gonna have Sheoldred on the radar. Okay, if they Blood Moon us here, then I'm gonna be super sad. Okay, just another painter, just like before. Okay, well, this is a turn 2 Sheoldred, but we will have to contend with their blast potential. I'm gonna peek on the end of their turn. So let's see if we are allowed to peek and how many blasts are in their hand. Would shock me if they 2-for-1 themselves to not get peeked. Okay, so they have 2 blasts. Ooh, and a Mindbreak Trap. That's good to know. The 2 blasts are kind of rough because that means the next 2 things that we cast off of, and also like Mindbreak Trap means we can't go pedal Sheoldred, but like it means Sheoldred is getting blasted. They only have 1 red mana though. And you'd kind of expect them to want to cast the engineer. Yeah, I don't know. All right, I'm going to brainstorm here, see if that gets them to commit a blast. Okay, well, let's put away Emrakul and Thassa. And I guess we can play out these petals, or at least one of them. Yeah, I think I play out both. If they want to get cute and blast the petal, that's or Mindbreak trap the petal, that's fine. All right, let's pass. Kind of hope they don't find a red producing land here. Oh, they did. That's rough. Okay. Ooh, Goblin Engineer. So let's say that we cast Children next turn, then they blast, then we force the Children's in, but then they just have more. I think I'm gonna. Then they have another blast next turn. I think I'm gonna consider here. We can still choose to force this Goblin. Ooh, Doomsday, yes. Don't mind if I do. I think so, right? So we draw Doomsday. And then we cast it, and then... Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's rough. I think I'm going to take the Doomsday, and regardless. I'm going to let them have this. Because, I don't know, if I force here pitching Shouldered, for instance, then they blast, then they have Engineer, then I can resolve Doomsday next turn. And if I just get if I draw into a land here, it has to be a land though. It can't be a petal or and the ritual doesn't work because then Thassa gets creamed by the Mindbreak trap. I think I let this happen. They get Grindstone, sure. We draw second Doomsday. That's all kinds of not what we want. Alright, I'm gonna cast Doomsday. Wonder if they blast here. Okay, so we want Thassa. We want Emrakul. We want Street Wraith. What else? Do we need like more land? Need like a trop. Yeah, I'm not too sure about this, because so next turn they get to mill us, and I wonder if I want to make sure I draw the Thassa by putting it on top. I think so, probably. But that means our deck becomes bigger. It gets the Edge of Autumn and the land. Also, with 2 blasts in hand, I think I probably need Cavern and not... maybe we want to swap a Street Wraith for Brazen Borrower. Is that a thing? Oh, this is... I'm not really sure. I'll be at 8. Can I even afford to Street Wraith twice? I'm gonna get hit down to 5. Yeah. I'm gonna try this. I'm not sure. And I am gonna put, I guess, Emrakul on the bottom, and then and then like Yenna, Borrower, Cavern, Thassa, a Street Wraith, and Thassa. Okay. So we know these 4 cards. We know their hand. We still know their hand. Now they can keep up the 2 red blasts. I guess they can't. Oh yeah, no, they can. Right. I think I saved my land here. There's going to be a 1 in 6 chance that I just draw the Emrakul. So they're thinking about something, but I don't know what it is. Maybe they're thinking about like red blasting one of my lands or something. All right, we take a draw step. Don't be Emrakul, please. Fuck off. Yeah, we're just we're dead here. Eh. Is there anything we want to do? So if I cycle into Street Wraith, 4 cards left, then cycle into Thassa, 3 cards left, then like regardless, no way regardless of how we shake this, we can only win now by our opponent making a mistake. I'm gonna try and cast Shieldred here and bait out a blast. It's gonna cost me my pedal, but you know, so be it. Okay, so they blast. We accept the blast because we're gonna need for them to not activate their grindstone on this next turn cycle. And then we're gonna need our force of will to. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, let's see if they just do the thing I think they're supposed to do. They don't. Wow. So what happens here? So what's left in the deck? It's Thassa, Street Wraith, Brazen Borrower, and Cavern. Yeah. So I need. No, I think I have to pass. I need Street Wraith specifically to be the top card in the deck. Yeah. All right, GG's opponent. You got me. Yeah, that was. I mean, it's it's like I don't know what, 82, 83% that I don't draw the Emrakul there, but then I have to still fade draw steps. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm getting out of that with the pile I built, so I think I needed to probably make another pile. All right, GG's. All right, round number 2 on the draw. Gonna keep this hand. It's sort of got cantrips, got some disruption. A little bit annoying to have the Thassa stuck in hand, but let's see. Oh, Volcanic Island strategy. Volcanic Island Ponder. So it could be any number of things. Could be Grixis Delver. It could be Sneak and Show. Could be Beanstock Control or like Rug Delver, Rug Beanstock. We're in that wheelhouse. They don't shuffle. Okay. So how much should I value my land? I guess I'm going to ponder now. Or actually, no, I'm going to Thoughtseize. I'm going to Thoughtseize to then have a better ponder next turn with the fetch land. Okay. So this is sort of Beanstock pile thing. I'm going to take the force. Their hand doesn't do a lot here. Of course, they didn't shuffle on the ponder, so they liked what they saw, and they draw one of those cards. And it's the land that I didn't know was in their hand. I'm guessing that's because they want to shuffle next turn. Or before their draw step next turn. Okay, there's a Doomsday. That's really nice. Let's ponder here. Yeah, I mean, okay. So I'm gonna take the Dark Ritual and then draw Veil of Summer. And actually, hang on. No. Nope. I am too quick at passing priority, I think. Because we could have just gone for it here. I mean, honestly, maybe that wouldn't have been the worst. But let's see. If they just YOLO tap for 4th Aerolingas here, I think I'm supposed to fight over it. But they don't. They go for the long-term plan here of Uro. I'm gonna fetch the Trop. It sort of signposts what I have here, but that's fine, I think. Oh, they put the Trop in place, so they have 2 cards we don't know about. There's a Spell Pierce. Okay, I'm gonna get paid here. Okay. Lovely. And no, I'm not gonna pay for my Dark Ritual. Do I fetch here? We can't really sort of go for it anyways, but question is if we want to like put a land in the pile. I guess might as well. All right, so let's put Cavern in there. We already have the Thassa, so I'm just gonna cycle some cyclers and go like this. So I guess with the peak, we could add like another layer of protection here, but I don't think we need to. Okay, so let's put Underground Sea on the bottom, then the Cavern, and then the Cyclers. So their hand is 4th Aeorlingas, Source of Plowshares, and 2 cards we don't know. Looks like we're getting Uro, maybe? Yep. I'm not gonna spew a force on that. Yep. So they would need like the 3 unknown cards in their hand to be, but I don't see what can beat me here. Like, because Endurance requires another green card, and they would need both Endurance and a Force of Will. So. Let's just keep the party going. I'm actually going to not play the Cavern. I'd rather, they can't beat this. We don't need the Cavern, and I would rather them not see it. Keep them guessing if maybe we're a version without Cavern of Souls. All right, cool. So, this deck pretty likely has a couple of wastelands, but maybe only just a couple. So I think they're pretty graveyard dependent. So Dothy seems pretty good. Um, Carpet of Flowers, maybe one, because they also have like Savannah, Plateau probably, and non-island lands. And I don't think Shieldred. They're likely to keep in some plows. And like I don't the big difference for me between like if you're getting a 4-drop plowed versus a 2-drop, it probably meant you spend a Dark Ritual to get this 4-drop out. So it's costing you 2 cards. That's sort of my reasoning. All right, so we want these 5 cards. We want the Emrakul just because it beats Endurance pretty cleanly, and also is immune to counter spells. We don't want the personal tutors. We don't want Consider and LED. And I think we can also shave a couple of Cyclers then. So I don't know if we want like all 3 petals, probably just 2. So that means we have cards we can add here. I think I probably don't mind adding like a Brazen Borrower and the 3rd Veil. Veil is just like very strong in these counter matchups. Oh, if this land was any other land, I would snap this, but I have to mulligan. Opponent mulligans too. Yeah, let's keep this. Controversially, I think I'm actually going to bottom the Brainstorm. Because we have a natural sort of line towards Doomsday, and we have this beats we have the first removal spell beat, and I think this creature on its own is just really strong versus them. Deafening Silence. It's also decent. Think I'm going to not spew off the petal. Should I play it? Nah, I can always play it on later turns. Okay, there's your non-creature spell. Yep. So likely Pyroblast. Now we have something to pitch to force. I'm gonna get Bayou and Underground Sea here. Bayou is not the prettiest dual land to be putting onto the battlefield in this deck, because we really want to make blue post Doomsday. But I do want access to green, and I want black right now. Okay, so they're cycling Lore and Revealed. Get it into the graveyard. Sure. Okay. 4th Aor Lingas. I mean, so they get a 2/2, then they become the Monarch. Then I become the Monarch. And then I have 2 3/2s, and they have 1 2/2, and we sort of, the Monarchy can swing back and forth. Not sure who that is worse for. I think I'm going to let it resolve. Save my force. I'm assuming they're going to attack here. Yeah. I decided not to have Orcish Bowmasters in this deck. Okay. So they get to draw a card. We could also just try for the Doomsday here. Now I become the Monarch. I think I'm gonna hold off. Like, their creatures, I don't know that they have actual creature spells other than Uro. They force. I think I'm gonna force back. Yeah, like, I don't think that they have that many actual creature spells other than Uro, and Uro is just shut off here because of the 2 Voidwalkers. So they're kind of prized into attacking here. There's no blocking on this battlefield. Um, they become the Monarch. Okay. Uh-oh. Leyline Binding. Okay. So they're Leyline Binding one of my dudes. Okay. So they have 2 cards. So if I Doomsday here, then I'm at 6. Effectively 5. I guess I could fetch ahead of time here, so I'm at 6. Then they attack me down to 4. Then I get the turn I play Sheldar Isle. Then they attack me down to 2, which means I'm dead if they have or get another Leyline Binding. I guess that's not entirely true. I can keep... Oh, actually, hang on. How does this work when it's an X spell? I guess X will always be 0. But yeah, I can just keep open Force of Will. I think I'm actually gonna Doomsday right now. And then I'm going, like, obviously this needs to resolve. If they have another force, then they have another force. Or I guess Flusterstorm is a card here. Yeah, bummer. Okay, something that could have been avoided if I had played out this Lotus Petal a long time ago. No. Okay, so I guess we attack here. Daze, so if they have like a 4-drop, like a Minskin Boo or something, and they don't have another land, Daze is pretty sweet. Come on, tap out. Yay! Pay dirt. No reply here because of your deafening silence. But I mean, we are pretty soft to like a removal spell, because then we don't really have anything else going on for ourselves here. I'm gonna play out this Petal now. That way I can hardcast Force, I guess. And we are winning this race currently. Oh, it's funny. Funny old game. There's a Street Wraith, okay. They're paying costs. More 4th? Ha! Playing around the days, but I got this. So that's 3 4th AR Lingas in the graveyard accounted for. If I get a land here, I'm going to play this this Street Wraith. They don't have swamps, unfortunately, so Swamp Walk thing probably not going to pay off. I guess I'll cast a Brainstorm. If they have Pyroblast for this or something, then yeah, whatever. Okay. So I don't think we're really in the market for Doomsday anymore, right? If we cast Doomsday, we're at 4. And then I suppose like a Veil of Summer, then once we get our turn is okay, but not great. I don't know. It's nice that we can Doomsday and then attack with Dothy. And then get, what you call it? Then the Monarchy lets us draw the first card. Okay, I'm gonna put back Thoughtseize. I don't think I'm gonna be spending that, and probably the Veil. I'm gonna be drawing one of these cards anyways because I can't cast the Ponder now. Okay, so they're at 6. They're gonna beat me down to 6. I don't hate having the Veil because it does sort of beat something like Teferi, bouncing my Dothi. Okay, what are they gonna put on top here? A Ponder, right? The draw, the Ponder preferred to the guaranteed draw 3, which that's interesting, but they are running out of time, so they're looking for, I guess, a plow. Or, I don't know, whatever, another leyline binding. So this is where we need them to not find. I guess they can't plow, ponder and then find a solution here. Okay, they shuffle on the ponder. So what happens here? We Doomsday. No. Huh. What happens if I Thoughtseize here? If I Thoughtseize, I'm at 4, then I'm at 2, then I'm dead to, like, I guess I'm dead to the last 4 Theralingas anyways. But this helps me if they have, like, if they shuffled into no, they would have cast Leyline Binding, like Prismatic Ending or something. I think I'm gonna Thoughtseize. How much am I gonna hate? Actually, hang on. Is there anything else we can utilize from this graveyard here? Maybe I'm just supposed to ponder, honestly. Though then what am I looking for? Because I can't find Force of Will. Now, I'll tell you what, I'm actually gonna Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize you. Please don't play like Lightning Bolt or something. Okay, Power Blast and the Beanstock. I guess I'll take the Beanstock. Okay, I'm gonna attack. You're gonna be at 2, and oh, they're cycling, sure. So they're at 2. I get to draw. I get to draw. I know this card, don't I? Oh, I guess I don't. Okay, they're fetching. They're down to 1. They're down to 1. This is close. Okay, I draw fetch land. Probably not the best. If they draw a removal spell here, they win. They draw up the Beanstalk. Okay. That means no more non-creature spells. So it has to be like an instant answer that they draw. That's not blue or black. It's a Veil. Did they find it? Okay, they didn't. All right, sweet. Okay. 1 and 1. Let's go for round number 3. All right, round number 3 on the play. Let's a go. Wow. So we can take 2 mystery cards here, and if they're just like mana, then it's pretty bad. I think I'm gonna roll with the punches though. This is somewhat a functional hand if just one of those 2 Street Wraith hit something that we're happy to see. And opponent mulligans to 6 cards. Looks like they found 6 they liked. Alright, let's cycle a Street Wraith. Ooh, we get Ponder. I love that. I think I'm going to hang on to the 2nd Street Wraith and try and cast a Ponder here. And we get some good cards here. That's good. Don't mind having the 2nd Force. That means we can Force pitch Force and still have Daze backup. Ideally, we just don't get Wastelanded here. That's not a Wasteland. And so that we draw Doomsday, and I don't think we want to draw Bayou. But I think I'm just going to pass here, and then we'll fetch at some later point. If this is like a stifle for some reason, then they stifle our fetch land and we just draw the third land in the bayou. All right, looks like they're doing something. I was gonna say if they just like make a land drop and pass, then I'm a little bit concerned about like tapping out for a Doomsday. But if they tap out themselves, then I'm really happy to do so, knowing we have both days in force. But let's see here. Still, like it's another volcanic island deck. Tropical island, sure. Okay. Um, so maybe we just actually take the bayou. And again, like I'm concerned that this is a deck with days, or spell pierce. I guess spell pierce is not the worst at this spot because we could daze it, but yeah. Let's see. Oof, nimble mongoose. Hamana hamana. Okay. Now, where nimble mongoose goes, so goes days, I believe. Oh, now we have double hardcast counterspell. I think I fetch here to have control over. Oh, they have the stifle. That's so cool. Yeah, okay. I suppose I could have dazed that and still gotten my land. Yeah, maybe that was a mistake. Okay. Let's Doomsday. They have days. Now I have days. Hopefully they don't have second days. They have force. Okay, I force that, and now I get to win if they don't have more counter spells. Okay, cool. Oh no, wait, never mind. I don't, right? Because I made my land drop. Yeah, I played Bayou. Never mind. So I don't get to win this turn, which means all sorts of bad things if they have more stifle. Um, how about if we draw? No, we can't draw grief. How about if we draw a Thoughtseize? So let's see here. They have 5 cards in the graveyard. It's not outside the realm of possibility they get to threshold. And we'll be at 8, so we'll be at 5. And then if I like even cycle Street Wraith, I lose to a lightning bolt. But so let's see here. If we say we don't care about our life total, then we can draw Thoughtseize. Then we can cycle into a brainstorm. And then we can brainstorm putting back the force of will and then drawing consider LED and Edge of Autumn. But no, that doesn't work. Then we don't have then we don't have the Thassa. So how does that work? We just we don't need the cycler, is that it? So we cast brainstorm. So let's see here. We draw Thoughtseize, we cycle Street Wraith drawing brainstorm, then brainstorm into consider lines that I'm in Thassa, put back Thassa, and then force of will on top. No. We would need a cycler. Never mind. Yeah, I don't think we can get this Thoughtseize in. How about that? And what did they exile? They pitch brainstorm. Okay, so this line doesn't beat a counter spell or a doesn't beat a counter spell. Doesn't like a hard counter and doesn't beat stifle. But it beats. It means not having to wait more turns. Like it beats a wasteland, which is good. It's gonna suck so hard if they have if they just have the Stifle. But let's see here. So we draw Brainstorm. And then we cast Brainstorm, drawing Consider. Yeah. Is there a way we can, like, get this, like the pile I'm making here, we don't even need to cycle the Street Wraith. So I'm just wondering if there's a world where we replace the cycler with like I don't know, like a daze. So let's say that this is a daze. So we draw Brainstorm. We cast a drawing Consider Daze LED. Put back Force of Will, and beneath that we put, I guess, Daze. No, I feel like I'm out of it here. Am I just talking nonsense here? So we draw Brainstorm for the turn, and then we draw 3 cards with Brainstorm and Thassa's the bottom card. No, that doesn't work. I think we do need this to be a cycler. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm not really playing as well as I could be, but alright, let's make it like this. We put Thassa on the bottom, and then we just need to, I guess, draw it like this. And I do kind of hope they just prioritize getting to threshold here, if that means they don't have a Stifle. Okay, so they're casting a Ponder. Also, like, if they find Force of Will, that's obviously pretty bad. They shuffle, okay. I'm gonna take that to be a good sign. Okay, so they bolt us. We're at 5. They have threshold, so now we can't cast, we can't cycle, and I think we just lose. Yeah, because Thassa's on the bottom. Fuck me. So, how about if we, so let's say we put Force. Okay, hang on. So we can, no, because we have a land drop, I think we can still do this, right? So we can cycle Edge of Autumn into the drawing the Street Wraith, and then cast Consider bidding the Force of Will into the drawing Thassa. I think as long as they don't have like another Force of Will, it should be fine. Let's see. Okay, so we need to cycle this, maintaining priority, sacking a land, then casting this, maintaining priority, and then sack LED for blue. Hope you don't have Force of Will. Looks like you don't. Okay, so now we draw the Force. Now this Edge of Autumn cycle happens, and we have Thassa. Okay. Okay. We got there. Okay, so this is Delver with Stifle, which is not the most pleasant thing to be playing against. So I think I want these 7 cards. And I think I am okay cutting the personal tutors, possibly even Force of Will. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think I'm gonna cut a Street Wraith. Okay, this hand is pretty vulnerable to Wasteland and Stifle. Um, but it's also, it has a lot of cards that we kind of want in this matchup, and if they're like tapping out a Stifle here, I'm pretty happy about that. What, DRC? Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so they mill a Surgical Extraction. That kind of makes me think they have one in hand already, because that seems like the kind of card you'd want to prioritize. Okay, and they saw that I'm drawing Thoughtseize. I think I'm gonna prioritize casting Ponder here, hoping to find some more lands. I'm gonna play around Daze with the Petal. Long pause on the Petal. Yeah. Okay. I do like, if they don't have Wasteland, then this Cavern is gonna pay out real big. And I'm gonna draw the Cavern, leave Ponder on top just in case they're one of those nuts that's gonna like Surgical Ponder here. I don't want it in my hand, but I do want to draw it. Counterbalance. Yikes. Okay. I'm not going to Cavern out the Dothy because they leave a card on top. So what does that mean? Probably means that it's a 1-drop because, you know, I have Thoughtseize. Okay, I am going to kind of play my hand here and say Phyrexian so they know what's up. If they have a Wasteland, like, that's going to get me anyways. I don't think I survive a Wasteland here, to be honest. But let's see. So they Ponder. That was probably what was on top. I think I'm gonna brainstorm in response here. See if they're interested in like blasting it. Looks like they reveal another flooded strand. Wow, okay. So there were 2 flooded strands. They pyroblast, okay. Want to get rid of that flooded strand, that's fine. So I'm drawing Doomsday, which ideally I was not. We'll see. They do not shuffle, and there's a Wasteland. Yeah, I'm just out. Out, out, out. Not getting out from under this. Okay, I think the sideboard plan is fine. I don't think knowing about counterbalance really changes a lot. So I am kind of I am feeling bad that I showed them that cavern then on the Phyrexian because that's a pretty big tell. Okay, I mean this plays. Only question is, do I go for the turn 1 Sheoldred or the turn 1 Protected Doomsday that then has to find a way to win through a Stifle? I think I go for the Doomsday, honestly. And then we make a pile that has like I don't know, that has like a grief, which we can pitch Sheoldred to cast. Let's see if they have Force of Will. They do. They pitch Force of Will. Okay, well, let's hope they don't have two pitch counters. It looks like they don't. And we draw an Underground Sea. That's actually really good. It doesn't get stifled. Okay, so I want Grief. I want Cavern. I want Thassa. And then I think I just want cyclers. Like if they have 2 wastelands, then this pile loses. So maybe the Street Wraith can be a Lotus Petal. Yeah, let's try this. So let's put Thassa on the bottom with Cavern, and then these cards. Okay. So they can't both Wasteland us and Pyroblast Ponder, so that's good. If they Wasteland Surgical Underground Sea, that's really good for them and pretty devastating for me. It is actually like probably lights out, because then I'm gonna get punished for having. No wait, did I put the Thos on the bottom or Cavern on the bottom? I forget. If I put Cavern on the bottom, then that's bad for me. Okay, looks like they're not going for the thing that gets countered or that wastelands me. I'm gonna ponder here. Even in the face of a red blast. Okay, we have 4 cards left, and they are Thassa, Cavern, Grief, and oh, there's a wasteland on this one. I think I use my Edge of Autumn now. If they stifle this, then that's a stifle they don't have. Okay. Okay, and they have DRC, which is currently not Delirious. Okay, there's the Lotus Petal. We could not cast this. But we could also cast it now so that we don't get blown out by if they have a Wasteland and a Daze in hand. Yeah. Okay. So, how much can you do here? So we know 2 of their 4 Force of Will are gone. And Force of Negation doesn't stop this. But yeah, let's see. I think if they can get Delirious here on this turn, then they probably win, because then it's just a lightning bolt that they need to kill us. I would be worried about a second DRC here. Obviously, like Wasteland, kind of bad, but not the end of the world. Like Wasteland means that Daze is live on this Grief, but like it's all contextual to what is actually in their hand, other than the cards that I am mentioning that I'm concerned about. And the big one obviously is Stifle. Okay, not a Wasteland. Let's see what they're up to. A Goose, okay. They have 2 cards in hand. Like, if the last one is also a creature, I don't know. Any spell they can cast, any non-creature spell they can cast, they can surveil and get to Threshold here. And then if they also get to, what's it called? Delirium, then I think I'm dead, because I think I put Thassa on the bottom, but I for the life of me can't remember. Okay. Attack me to 8. Alright, so there is the Cavern. I don't have a play to make. Okay, they're surgicaling something here. Okay, so if their DRC is... it doesn't get Delirium from this. So if their last card in hand is Lightning Bolt, then I think I'm dead. They do still need to get Delirious. I'm not going to Grief now, obviously. If their last card in hand is a creature or something, that would just feel pretty bad. Yeah, let's hope they aren't sitting on a bolt. Right now, bolt takes me to 1, and if they can then get to delirium, then they win. I'm just honestly really hoping the last card in their hand is Stifle, and that they didn't draw anything useful here. They, ooh, Seek the Beast. Alright, alright. They get to mill something or other here. Like, okay, they put Daze into the graveyard. If they reveal a Stifle plus a land, then that's incredibly OP. What was exiled here? Mishra's Bauble and Surgical Extraction. So Bauble takes them to Delirium now, but that takes me to 1. So if they have a land and a bolt here, what was the other thing exiled? Oh, it was Surgical. So Surgical doesn't matter. Yeah, currently at 1. Do you have 1 damage somehow? Looks like... Oh, they have the second red mana, but they have no cards in hand. Okay. But now if they draw Lightning Bolt, wow, that would be so sick. Well, I mean, let's see if they drew a Stifle. They drew a Skulling Tarn. Womp womp. Wow, that was super close. Super, super close. We don't really need the Cavern, obviously, since we don't have to worry about a counterspell, but still. You love to see it. Right on. Yeah, this is for round 4. This is a hand I'll keep, even though on the draw. We're on land / ritual / we're a land away from turn 2 Doomsday with Force and Days backup, and we're any like petal or ritual away from the turn 1 Doomsday. Tundra. Ooh, breakfast. The most suffulates of breakfasts. That's not really what we're in the mood for here. So let's just go land, go. If they have like elbow tap, play the illusions here, we have it covered, I think, with Daze and Force, but doesn't appear to be what's happening. I think I brainstorm end of turn here. Oh, they Grief Areno. So they have 2 cards left in hand. That's kind of gross. Okay. Huh. Well, if only we had forced or gone for it last turn. Yeah, so let's put away the 2 petals, I think. Or rather, Petal and Doomsday. How about if I just force this? If they have a Daze or... Yeah, I'm going to put back a Petal and the Doomsday. And then I'm going to Force of Will the Grief. I guess it's not that big of a thing to force this Grief here. And I pitch Preordain in case my Doomsday gets countered next turn. If they have Reanimate here, then they don't have Force of Will, I guess. Okay, go ahead. What am I doing? I'm supposed to Daze that. That's dumb. So what do you take here? Obviously, what we don't want them to take is the Dark Ritual. But they do take Dark Ritual, a scoundrel. Okay. And oh, this is really bad. Like, we can Doomsday now, but it costs us everything, more or less. I think I'm just gonna pass. Wow, that I think I don't play that well right there, right? I think I can just daze, then reanimate, and then I have, I think, a protected win. Not a protected win, but a same turn win. Well, I mean, you know I have daze, and you know I have to use it, so I'm gonna use it. Glad I didn't go for the Doomsday there. The daze would have been off. Okay. Quit post combat. It's good. But I mean, I will be at 8, so it's 2 swings with the illusionist. Not the illusionist, the grief. I mean. Okay, so here I'm going to cast Doomsday. I'm gonna get really upset if their last card is a daze, which it may be. May well be. They've been sitting on like 1 card. Okay. So we can either, like, we can put a Force of Will on top and then not lose to their last card or the card on top of their deck being a Cephalid Illusionist. But that costs us 1 turn for sure, and probably 2 turns, because then the next card down can't be, we don't have any mana, so it can't just be like Brainstorm or whatever. I think I need to just dodge them having the second Illusionist, to be honest. Let's see here. Street Wraith. So what? I draw Brainstorm. I cast Brainstorm, draw and consider LED Street Wraith. Put back Personal Tutor. Yeah. I think I do end up in the same situation as earlier in the league, where I don't actually need 2 cyclers here, because we're drawing a card off of our draw step, but I can't really work out how to utilize that best. So let's say no, I'm gonna shut up now and do this, and let's see if we're dead. If this Edge of Autumn was a Street Wraith, I think it's pretty easy to put Force of Will as the top card. But then, of course, we lose the ability to Brainstorm because we were 1 card short in hand. We also lose if they drew like a Force of Will. True, it is also that we lose to a Daze even here. So what's this? Oh, so they have it. Yeah, they have it. GG's. Actually, let's let them show us their deck. Okay, always yield. Always yield. And always yield. Make things as easy as we can. They're hitting their Narcos. I'm not really sure what I'm expecting to see. Okay, Troll of Khazad-dûm. More grief. So they have both Daze and Saga and a grief scam package, which I guess means they don't have Stoneforge Mystic. Okay, so their Cephalid scam, I guess, is the takeaway here. So I'm gonna concede now. Move on with my life into the sideboard. Veil of Summer, number 3, Spellbomb plus Dothies, all seem good. Force of Negation doesn't seem very good. So let's cut the personal tutors. Let's cut LED and consider. And cut 2 cyclers. I think that's it. Alrighty. Yeah, I think this is good. I'm gonna sack the pedal. They mulligan to 6, by the way. I'm gonna sack the pedal to just have this Dothy online from turn 1. And hope I get the force out of them here. That'd be kind of nice. Because we have the days. Okay, Dothy's in play. Now it's not like Breakfast can't beat Graveyard Hate. Okay, you can have the Nomads. Okay, I'm gonna cast a Brainstorm here. Ugh, that was gross. Okay. Suppose we could use the Dothy to get their polluted delta, but that hardly seems like the world we want to live in. I'm not sure what the holdup here is. They can't block because of Shadow, but maybe that's Saga. That's it. Sure, you can have your Illusionist. Now, I was just saying before, it's not like they can't win this way with a Graveyard Hate in place, because if they end up with the Oracle in hand, and they do have a card like Step Through that can help them with that pretty handily. Okay. I mean, these are all great cards, but I think I have to shuffle here because of the no land. Oh, score. Actually, why don't I peek right now to see what to plan around. I know I don't get to see their next card, but it might inform me on whether or not the attack is good here. Well, it has to be. I think this is the plan that I'm going for now. Okay, what was revealed? Fluster Force and Island. Okay. We draw a Cavern, which is So they can start making small constructs here, which and together with their 2/1/1s, they will overpower my my clock here. So I do need to find like Sheoldred or another Dothy, or I guess Force of Will, Doomsday. Our Oracle kind of blanks, comes up the ground here. I'm gonna ponder though. I'd like to find another non-Cavern of Souls land. Or we shuffle and get the force anyways. I think I'm actually gonna play the Cavern here and name Merfolk and get Thassa in. Because she can just start chewing up these little ground critters. And let's see if we want any of these 2 cards. I don't think we want any of these. Let's bottom both and let's attack. This truly is the Clash of the Titans. Look at this battlefield. So their construct here is still going to be able to get in with Shuko, because it's going to be like a 3/2, and it's going to be a 4/3 if they also make a construct here. Okay, so they do. They make a buddy. So the unsummoning sick construct can get in here with the Shuko. So I take probably 4. Okay, so they ponder, sure. So let's see here if can I do this math. I think it doesn't look too good for me, honestly. They shuffle though. Okay, so this attacks. I don't trade. I take 4. I'm at 11. They're going to be at 7. Let's brainstorm here. Yeah, this is not good. Not good at all. Yeah, Doomsday's kind of crap now because my Oracle is in play. Do they have anything in exile that is interesting? A saga? I guess I could have gotten my own saga, but then no. I can't do anything because I just instantly lose. The second Dothy Void Walker is no longer in play. Yeah, I think I'm gonna lose by just like one turn of combat here. So let's say I don't do anything here, then I take 7, I go to 4. The next turn I'm dead no matter what. If I block the big one, then I take 3, I'm at 8. 7 if I fetch, which I will. Then I'm dead. Yeah, I think I'm going to block. Does it even really matter? I'm gonna block here, actually. And then I'm gonna shuffle and hope to draw exactly Shieldred. And that they can't answer that, like, which they will be able to because, okay, yeah, because they have Force plus Fluster and then 2 unknown cards and a Scrubland. If either of those unknown cards is a blue card, then Shieldred is gonna be forced. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Alright, GG's opponent. Yeah, don't think I covered myself in glory there, but let's see if we rebound and win the last round and get a positive record. Alright, so on the draw for the final round, I'm going to keep this hand. We need to find Doomsday and probably Protection. That's a lot of volcanic islands in this league. So I'm going to lead, I think, on Tropical Island Preordain. Throw off the scent as much as possible that we're Doomsday, seeing as our lands allow that. Though Preordain is usually a pretty good tell that it's a combo deck. Oh, but so is our opponent. So this Ponder is a sneak and show probably. It could be the Epic Storm or the Epic Storm. That's it. That's also playing Ponder. I just think they mostly don't play Ponder these days. I'm actually going to Thoughtseize. If they want to do something about it, it's going to cost them their pedal. If it is the Epic Storm and they have Veil, then at least it's a 1-for-1 trade and not a 2-for-1. Which, yep, okay. So there we go. Another ponder. It could be sneak and show, just with like a green splash. I've certainly seen that before. Yeah, it's not the Epic Storm. Uh, that deck doesn't play. Oof. I really want to find a Veil of Summer here, or a thought, or a Force of Will. I guess. Yeah, I'll take the Force. Play around days as best we can. I don't know. It's just I bought him the Thoughtseize because this open blue man, I'm really like getting Flusterstorm vibes here, but I do kind of want to make this play. Am I gonna get like maximum punished? No. Okay. Cavern of Souls, Thassa's Oracle, Edge, Street Wraith, and so I am I'm gonna put Cavern on the bottom, and then Thassa, and then that way I can just cycle through the deck -1 card on my next turn with Force backup if I feel like that's the prudent move, or I can just wait another turn and then have the Cavern to send the Oracle through and just pass here. I think I probably just go land go, because if they are show and tell, then we can cycle through to our Oracle and probably still win just by showing in Oracle. So they would need, I think, like, if this is, I could be, again, I could be wrong, but the Lotus Petal generally makes me feel like it's going to be like show and tell. Then I think they need to resolve like sneak attack, I guess, in order for us to not win here. If they have, they would need some sort of special tech like Nimble Obstructionist or Stifle or something here, I think. And we do still have the Force of Will. I mean, yeah, so they would need that plus something else. Okay, they concede. All right, let's play as though this is show and tell. In which case, I think Shieldred is good, Dauthi is good in conjunction with Thoughtseize. Force of Negation is fine. Veil of Summer is probably pretty good. Carpet of Flowers, I know I always hate playing against that card whenever, like pretty much whenever someone boards it in against me. I guess Brazen Borrower is also maybe decent enough. Let's get rid of the personal tutors, get rid of the Consider, LED, one petal, I guess the Cabret can go, 2 cyclers. And now we can kind of start running out of cards I feel good about cutting. I guess the Preordain can go. And maybe like a Peak. And maybe kind of low on blue cards now, 21. I think I cut a Dauthi, seeing as we only have 2 Thoughtseize. Like, having Thoughtseize in for Thoughtseize reasons is maybe a little bit suspect. This is an interesting hand for sure. I'm going to keep. I'm not feeling super confident about it. Put them all against the 6. We do have a Force, and we have like Carpet. So if we start drawing into business cards like Shieldred or Doomsdays or whatever, then it's pretty good. And there's a Veil of Summer. They did show us Days. I do think I probably am okay not casting this Carpet just yet, and keeping open Force backed up with Veil in a Daze-proof manner. Okay, no shuffle on the Ponder. I wouldn't hate drawing a land here. And let's pass pass the second main phase, trigger the Carpet, and play second Carpet. And then maybe hang on to the land. This means we can no longer play Force backed up with Veil through a Daze, but I'd rather not show them Shieldred. Although maybe this is the go turn. Okay, no, it's not. always yield. But I am just going to say no here. Pass the turn. Problem is our veil doesn't protect against their veil. So if they have a combo piece backed up by veil, then we're not looking so good here. What's this? Hull Breacher. Holy cannoli. I did not expect to have to fight against this card. Let's just cycle Veil Summer here. Okay, phew. But now we're sort of shields down here. I would need my Edge of Autumn to cycle into a blue card to pair with this Force of Negation. And we established that we didn't have that many blue cards. 21, out of which 3 are accounted for here. So it's 18 blue cards. Sneak attack, yeah. I think I'm gonna fetch here. And tap, I guess, for blue. I guess maybe I cycle, or I edge sacking the trop. Oof, that's good fortune. Do you also have counter magic that you didn't want to use before? You do. Oh no. Okay, well, guess you have a sneak attack. Okay. Thoughtseize? Okay. Well, I mean, Sheoldred is nothing here. But unfortunately, she does get annihilated, same as everything else, in the face of Emrakul. So let's hope that what they have is Griselbrand. It's funny how, like, Griselbrand has somewhat become the least good card of the of the fatties. That's probably an overstatement, but like, there are several scenarios in present day Legacy where Archon and Emrakul are just preferable. But I mean, if they just sneak attack, okay, never mind. So which one do you have? This one, okay. Well, this one is also very good. Let's see what you reveal. No Emrakul. Blood Moon. Veil of Summer. Okay, well, I mean, they get an attack here, and they get some cantrips that are going to hurt a lot. So what do they keep? They keep Brainstorm, Petal, Ponder. Okay, so I guess they're hoping that they can just, like, cantrip into the win here. They would just need Emrakul. And even, like, if they find the Archon, that's pretty good. Okay, they shuffle though. So they're at 9. Do you Brainstorm here and go to 3? Alright, so they can deal me 11 here if they choose to. But then they lose Minsk and Boo next turn. Sacrifice creature, deal X damage to any target where X is that power. Okay, so they can throw Atraxa at Sheoldred. Yeah, I guess that's what's happening here, and then I probably lose from there. They have an active Minsk and Boo, and I'm Hellbent, and they have sneak attack and all this stuff. They're at a healthy 13 life total. Right. They need to show me the target here. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna concede to that. That's fine. So they have Blood Moon, of course. Yeah, I don't think much changes here. I'm not sure about the Dothy. Just maybe having one Dothy is fine. Yeah, no, I think this is fine. Maybe you could make an argument for having Beseju would be good to take out a sneak attack, but that means sneak attack is already in play. All right, I need no second invitation for a hand like this. Now we need, I think basically what we need to avoid happening here is them resolving Blood Moon at any point. Okay. Wow, talk about a stacked hand for the final game of the league. Okay. Cavern, Thassa, Wraith, Edge. So what's the last card we want here? So I guess it's like a blue card. So let's say it's Ponder. So I draw a Ponder, cast it, draw a cycler, then draw the second cycler on the next turn. Yeah, I think that works. Just hope not to lose in the meantime. So Thassa above the Cavern, and then the two cyclers and the Ponder. I mean, I know I already have a Ponder, so that blue card could have been anything. Just a blue card, I guess. And they mulligan to 6 also, so that's tough. Versus such a beastly hand. Okay. So if they want to like fight over this, then that's annoying, and I think a fine choice on their part. But I also still feel pretty decent about where we're at. Okay. So if I get my next draw step, then show and tell is I think off the table, because then I can just cycle into Thassa and put her in. Okay. So they have show and tell mana here. Looks like they're going for it. Oh, the Vesuvian Drifter. That's 4 cards in the hand. So I think I'm going to daze. And if they daze back, I'm going to force. And now casting Ponder doesn't really matter, because we then won't have... We can get to the bottom of the pile this turn, but then we don't have the mana to cast Thassa. So even though like this Ponder is now kind of awkward, I guess I should have put daze in, honestly. So they made their land drop. They have 4 cards in hand. If one of them is sneak attack, and one of them is a lotus petal, and one of them is a fatty that kills me, then the last one can't be a force of will. And they would need the mana, so it also can't be a flusterstorm. Well, it can be, but it won't do anything. Okay. So let's sneak attack. Let's point a force of negation on that. Okay. So let's cycle some cyclers. All right. We got there. Excellent. All right. So 3-2 record. Back playing Doomsday for the first time in a little bit. I felt rusty. Felt we had some good games. We had some rough games as well. We beat the Beanstock deck. We beat the Rug Delver deck with Stifle. That felt good, and we beat Sneak and Show. and then we lost to Cephalid Breakfast. And what was the first round defeat? Um, was it Lands? I already kind of forgot. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I think this deck is good. I think it's the way it's built right now. I don't know. I feel like the blue count is decent. I felt the sideboard kind of wants to do too many things. Like I kind of having green. I did miss a little bit having abrupt decay, especially versus like we saw counterbalance brought in. Like the control decks are playing white, of course, so they bring in deafening silence and maybe like I don't know, canonists or something. And I don't know if the Voidwalkers did enough here. We kind of saw them falter versus the breakfast deck when they're sort of kind of anemic. Like I think Cephalid Breakfast is the most anemic Ursa Saga deck there is. It like I still think it makes sense for him to play it, but like as a pure Saga plan, it like they don't get very big. Like they killed us with 2/3/3s basically. One of them wielding a Shuko, and the fact that our creature plan wasn't stronger. Like I feel like if we want Dothies in that spot, we probably also want like Orcish Bowmasters, and maybe like a third Children instead of two. I don't know. So, yeah, I guess like Emrakul. Oh yeah, Painter. We lost against Painter in round one. Now I remember. And yeah, we had the Emrakul and we still lost because I built a not optimal, a suboptimal pile with Emrakul, but also just like don't want to cast Doomsday versus like a Grindstone, a Painter, and two Red Blasts in hand. Would rather just not have put Doomsday on the stack and then like just have Emrakul constantly in my deck and have like more creatures to beat up on them. But yeah, I hope you're all having fun playing Legacy, and I'll continue to be making videos, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.